Morning children. Last class we have described up to fungus. Now we have to start with the protozoa. What are protozoa? Protozoas are also microbes, but they are single-celled animals. Fungus were plants, but protozoa are single-celled animals, and they are moving from one place to another in search of food. These protozoans are also found in water as well as in the soil. So protozoans are found not only in soil, even in the water too, and also they are moving from one place to another in search of food. But some protozoas are there. They are parasites. Why? Because they are living in the body of another organisms and causing diseases to the host. I mean, they are stealing the food from the another living organisms and causing diseases to them. So they are called parasites. Some protozoas are parasites. For examples of protozoans are amoeba, euglena, paramecium, giardia are some of the examples of protozoa. What are the examples of protozoa? Amoeba, euglena, paramecium and giardia. Now the next category comes algae. What are algae? Algae are also microorganisms, but they are green plants. You see, the fungus were non-chlorophyll plants, but algae is a green plant. That means they have the chlorophyll in it. So when we are comparing the fungus and algae, we can say algae are green plants, but fungus are not a green plants. So since algae are green plants, they have the chlorophyll in it. They are preparing their own food by themselves since they have the chlorophyll. And these algae are also found in water, but some algae are there. They are found in the hot regions, hot springs, and even the snows, etc., etc., etc. Even we can say Chlamydomonas and Spirogyra are the two examples of algae. Chlamydomonas and Spirogyra are the examples of algae. And some algae are there. They are edible. They are living in the ocean or seas. For example, seaweeds and kept. These are the two algae found in the ocean and sea. Even children, this kept has a length of around 200 meters even. That means it is visible by naked eye too. And these seaweeds and the kelps are edible, and some parts of the world people are using as a food this algae. And finally comes to the virus. Viruses. Viruses are the smallest microorganisms, the tiniest microorganisms. When we ask the question, which is the tiniest or the smallest microorganisms, we can say viruses. Even viruses cannot be seen through an ordinary microscope. These viruses can be seen only through a specially powered electron microscope, or we can say electromicroscopic organism. That means viruses cannot be seen under a simple microscope, but it needs a very powered electron microscope to see. And viruses have very two different characteristics. That means they are living as well as non-living. Viruses has the life, also they can exist without life. That is the two characteristics. That means when a virus is in touch with the living cell, or when they are in contact with the living cell or living organisms, viruses are alive and they started to multiply. But when a virus is with a non-living, virus is also like a non-living. There is no life for them, they will not multiply. So the non-living state of virus is called a virion. The non-living state of virus is called a virion. What is a virion? Virion is the state of a virus in which they are staying in the which state? Non-living stage. So the non-living state of virus is called a virion. Then a virus is also parasite. Why? Because they are also living in the body of other organisms and cause diseases to them. For example, HIV, human immunovirus. They are living in the human body and causing the disease. And even recently we got the another virus, COVID-19. This also parasite living in the body and causing diseases to the human. So we can say viruses are also parasites. Now we have to go for the useful microorganisms. Always we were speaking that microorganisms are causing the sickness or diseases to many organisms. Not only that, microorganisms are very useful to the human. Not only the human, even to the environment also. Even the usefulness of the microorganisms we can broadly classify it as commercial and medicinal and agricultural and even environmental. 4 category. There are commercial use, and microorganisms we have agricultural use, and we have medicinal use, and even in the environment also we have a usefulness from the microorganisms. So we can say microorganisms are also very useful to the humankind as well as the animals as well as the plants and even our environment. So there are broadly 4 classifications for the usefulness of our microorganisms.